In 1928, an invention appeared that would change breakfast forever. But just 15 years later, the US government banned it. This is the truly bizarre story of sliced bread. Before 1928, if you wanted a sandwich, you had to grab a knife and start sawing away. Every single slice was uneven, and every meal began with a little bit of work. But a jeweler-turned-inventor named Otto Frederick Rohwedder had a crazy idea. What if bread came pre-sliced? At first, people thought he was totally insane. Bakers literally laughed in his face. They insisted that sliced bread would go stale immediately, crumble into a mess, and would never ever sell. Rohwedder spent 16 years perfecting his machine, even losing his original prototype and blueprints in a factory fire. But he refused to give up. Finally, on July 7, 1928, the Chillicothe Baking Company in Missouri became the first bakery in the world to sell pre-sliced bread using Rohwedder's incredible machine. To keep it fresh, the bread was wrapped in special wax paper. Their slogan was, "The greatest forward step in the baking industry since bread was wrapped." And guess what? Americans went absolutely wild for it. Within just 5 years, a staggering 80% of all bread sold in America was pre-sliced. It was so revolutionary that people started coining the phrase, "the greatest thing since sliced bread," a saying we still use today to describe amazing innovations. But then, World War II happened. In January 1943, a US official named Claude R. Wickard announced a shocking ban: no more sliced bread. The official reason was to save resources for the war. The government claimed that slicing bread required thicker wax paper for wrapping, and that paper was desperately needed for the war effort. They also argued that the metal parts in the slicing machines could be repurposed for weapons. The American public was outraged, housewives protested, and angry letters flooded Washington. One woman from New York wrote, "I should like to let you know how important sliced bread is to the morale and saneness of a household." The backlash was immense. The ban lasted only 2 months. On March 8, 1943, the government quietly admitted defeat and lifted it. It turned out that Americans were willing to ration sugar, meat, and even butter, but they drew the line at their beloved pre-sliced bread. The ban was so unpopular that it's now remembered as one of the most pointless regulations in American history. But it proved something incredibly important. Once people experience true convenience, there's no going back. Today, over 90% of the bread sold worldwide is pre-sliced. Otto Rohwedder's invention didn't just change how we eat, it created modern sandwich culture, revolutionized school lunches, and gave us the perfect metaphor for innovation. So, the next time you effortlessly make a sandwich, take a moment to remember. One man fought for 16 years to give you that simple convenience, and an entire nation once practically rioted to keep it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing tales from history. See you in the next video.